It wasn't until the sister raised her fist that the man finally confirmed that the sister in front of him was fake because she didn't even remember the secret signal they shared as children. It turned out that not long ago, Daisy, in order to impersonate the missing daughter of the tycoon, stole the necklace Annie was wearing. And Annie was the real daughter of the billionaire. Daisy used the necklace to deceive the tycoon's parents. She lied and said she couldn't remember anything from her childhood, and her parents believed her and brought her back home. But the two brothers always harbored doubts about Daisy's identity. Even if someone loses their memory, their habits shouldn't completely change. Daisy was nothing like the sister they remembered, but seeing how happy their parents were, the brothers could only investigate in secret. Meanwhile, Annie also arrived at the tycoon's house as a maid in order to keep Annie from telling the truth. Daisy threatened her with her mother's life if Annie dared to reveal the truth in secret. Daisy would poison and kill her mother. After years of abuse by her adoptive parents, Annie had become weak and timid, and she didn't understand the law. She didn't know how to protect herself or her mother. The only option was to obey Daisy's orders, and she dared not tell the truth. But Daisy still couldn't fully relax. So one day, she framed Annie for stealing money, trying to drive Annie out of the villa. Just at that moment, the eldest brother returned. Not only did he not blame Annie, he believed she must have had her reasons. The eldest brother always felt a sense of pity toward Annie, so he firmly stood up to protect her, which made Daisy feel an even stronger sense of danger. Soon, the second brother, who had been studying abroad, also returned. He also felt that something was wrong with this sister, so he began observing everything in secret. That day was their mother's birthday banquet. Annie went to the kitchen to cook a few dishes for her mother to express her filial devotion. However, the moment Annie entered the kitchen, she was bullied by several maids. They scalded Annie's arm. Annie struggled desperately. Just then, the second brother walked in. The second brother scolded the maids and handed Annie some ointment, but she didn't apply it because it would be inconvenient to cook after applying it. At this moment, Daisy noticed what was happening in the kitchen and hurried in. She was afraid Annie would tell the truth to the second brother, so she deliberately tested him. The second brother remembered what the eldest brother had told him not to arouse Daisy's suspicion before having evidence in case she went crazy and did something terrible. Thinking this through, the second brother immediately pretended not to care and spoke gently to Daisy and said he wanted to drink some juice made by Daisy. Daisy couldn't find an excuse on the spot, so she had no choice but to agree. After the second brother left, Daisy became very anxious because she didn't know how to make juice at all. Even if she faked it, the taste difference would be obvious. Looking at the busy Annie, Daisy came up with an idea. She threatened Annie into making the juice for her. It had to be exactly the same as the one from childhood, and no one could know Annie made it. If either of these conditions wasn't met, she would immediately destroy the necklace. Annie treasured the necklace her mother had given her, so she quickly agreed to Daisy's demand. After Daisy left, Annie prepared the juice and the dishes for her mother alone. Just then, the second brother walked in again. Seeing that Annie still hadn't applied the ointment, the second brother felt helpless. He remembered that his own sister